Deion Sanders is going after some of the biggest targets in the 2024 class, and I don't think it's by any surprise that we're seeing this from Coach Prime. But before we get into it, please go ahead, hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comments below. What kind of class do you think Coach Prime is going to turn out in the year of 2024? So we've heard the rumors that KJ Bolden, Ellis Robinson, and some other guys are really starting to look at Colorado, Coach Prime, Charles Kelly, and the staff, that he has, quite frankly, been able to put together an elite staff. And when you go back and you look at the players that they're potentially starting to get in the mix for 2024, they are by no short of any means starting to go after some of the biggest talent in all of college football for 2024. And mind you, Coach Prime is one of the most elite recruiters. And then they've got another one of the most elite recruiters from Alabama this year in Charles Kelly. And then you've got Tim Brewster on the staff, who has historically been able to recruit really well wherever he's been. And we're going to start with the first player, KJ Bolden, the top 5 player, whether he's in the composite or just the 247 rankings. He's from Buford, Georgia. So the belief here is, hey, he's probably going to go to Georgia. He's been there 10 times on an unofficial visit. Nobody else scratches that level of visits from Bolden. But with what Coach Prime is able to do in the secondary in developing these kids, you would expect that he's probably going to get a serious look from KJ. And when you look at KJ, he's fast, he's lengthy, and he has elite foot speed. Just on the 100 meters alone, he ran a 10.76. And here's the deal. He's more than capable of producing big gains, whether that be via a deep shot or quick screens and jet sweeps. But the ceiling for this guy seems like it's probably going to be at its highest somewhere in the secondary. And ultimately, that's where I think you want this guy. I think that's where he's probably the most elite. So the Colorado Buffaloes, they offer him on December 26th, and it started to gain a lot of hype as you started to see another guy in the name of Ellis Robinson really take notice. Again, another top 247, top 10 player in the composite. He's ranked number 13. Currently, he's crystal balled to go to Georgia by Wiltfong, but that doesn't always mean that's where the player is going to end. And if he actually gets an offer, which he doesn't have an offer from Colorado just yet, you would assume he would. You're probably looking at one of the best secondaries in all of college football. Because right now, you have Travis Hunter, and you're potentially going to land Cormani McClain, potentially. There's some other stuff going on there that we really can't talk about at this exact moment. But if you guys land Cormani, that's a really dangerous secondary. And then in 2024, you could have Travis Hunter, Cormani McClain, Ellis Robinson, KJ Bolden. And I wouldn't think you guys are done, because I go and I look at potential 4 and 3 stars that you guys are in the mix for. You've got the 3-star safety, Ryan Mack. And then you go back up and you look at 4 stars. You could get Dakota Fields at the cornerback position. Or on the safeties, you guys were just listed in the top 5 for Boo Carter. And then you have Jarvis Boatwright. Those are all guys that you guys could potentially be in the mix for outside of just those 5 stars. And so when you look at it, Coach Prime is going after some of the most elite talent in 2024, talent that every school is going to want. And this shows right here, right now, that Colorado is not willing to back down from a fight with some of the biggest schools and some of the biggest recruiters in all of college football. Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Ohio State. And I say Ohio State because you have Brian Hartline there recruiting wide receivers at a tremendous pace. He just landed the number 1 wide receiver in 2024, Jeremiah Smith from Opelika, Florida. I am in my own reason to believe that as the season goes on and Coach Prime and this staff start to develop some of the wide receiver talent that they have now, again, at his skill position, he could start getting looks from some of the top wide receivers, especially if they're in the state of Florida. Because at that point, players are going to look at Colorado as not a, how should I say it? A rebuild more than just Coach Prime needs us to retool this roster so that we can go win a national championship. And I said it. And I'll continue to back that as long as Coach Prime continues to get into these races and continues to recruit at a high level. My question is Coach Prime going to be able to recruit the quarterbacks and the defensive linemen and those kind of people? Those are also crucial pieces to the teams. It's great to get those secondary guys. But outside of your son, I really need to see you get an elite level quarterback, and you probably want to land one in the 2024 cycle so that you have one when Shedeur decides to leave. So that's all I got for you guys today on the Colorado front. So jump in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Colorado fans, do you guys think that you really land KJ Bolden and Ellis Robinson in 2024?